Hey guys, welcome back. I have another book review for you today, and then I have some news. So I'm just going to quickly talk about the book, and then I'm going to go into the news that I have for you guys. So the book that I read is called The Final Curtsey. It is by Margaret Rhodes. She is the Queen's cousin. She was a lady-in-waiting to the Queen's mother until her death. The Final Curtsey is that when she had died and she was kind of being laid out in state, she turned around and gave one final curtsy. It was an interesting book. It was written like she was just telling you a story, which I think is great. I don't really have a lot of opinions on the royal family. I'm not really going to get into that. I think what's going on is really bad. But I'm not just, that's not what this video is about. I actually read this before the Oprah interview came out and everything. And then I was like, oh, I don't know if I should even review it, but I'm just going to give you like a quick review of it. So she was born in, Margaret was born in like the 1920s, I think. She was the youngest child, and she spent a lot of time with Queen Elizabeth growing up. Queen Elizabeth is like 1 year younger than she is. She worked for MI5 during World War II, and she kind of tells stories about how they used to like sneak out of the palace to celebrate in the streets and all kinds of stuff. She went to a lot of places. She like kind of safaried around Africa, not like the safari where you hunt. It was more like just they drove around in jeeps. She went to like India and a lot of other countries. They traveled a lot. They were able to just see and do so much, which I thought was really great. I liked reading about the travel parts the best. She ended up working with the royal family like for a large part of her life. And she has like really funny stories about what was going on that we don't really hear about. Like one time they were sitting on this terrace gonna have like tea, and President Eisenhower was being given a tour, but there was no way for them to get down like from where they were to get to him, so they all hid under the table so he wouldn't think they were trying to slight him and everything. The story was eventually told to him later, and apparently he laughed. Just like a lot of things like that. It was, I guess, kind of an intimate look at kind of the inside workings of the royal family. I will say I do think that it was approved by the royal family, because she mentions in the beginning how like hurtful it was to the family when people would just like leave their company, leave their employ, and write tell-alls. So I can only assume that the Queen did like approve the basically like the Queen has approved this message. So you can kind of take that as you will. Like I said, I think the book itself is interesting. I think it's a really quick, easy read. I think I read it in like 2 mornings before work, so it wasn't a lot. If you are interested in the royal family, I think it's different than most other royal biographies that I've ever read. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely pick it up. It's on Kindle Unlimited, so $0.00 if you subscribe to Kindle Unlimited. If not, you can probably find it at the library maybe, or just on Kindle if you're interested. Like I said, I suggest it. It is The Final Curtsey by Margaret Rhodes. I know that that is not a very long review of the book, but I wanted to go ahead and get to the news that I have for you guys, and that is that this will be the final book review. I will not be reviewing books on this channel anymore. So I'll quickly just say that we have kind of decided to go forward with our mission, and it has been decided that the book reviews are not fitting with our mission because I am not reading books about the area that I live in. But I do pick these books by self, buy them with my own money if I buy them, read them on my own time, and then edit these videos on my own. So I made the decision when it was put to me, I made the decision to go ahead and end it. I will link my personal channel down below if you are interested in continuing to watch me give book reviews. I do reviews on my own personal channel. They are not always nonfiction. A lot of the time they are not nonfiction, but if you are interested, like I said, I'm going to link it down below. I do quickly want to say thank you to all of you guys. Thank you for giving me this platform. Thank you for giving me a place that I can talk about the books that I am reading. Thank you for always being kind and supportive. Thank you for helping me to become braver, because that's what this did. It helped me to become braver. It helped me to become more comfortable in front of a camera, and it helped me to become more comfortable talking to the world, talking to the internet. You might think that this is just something that like is easy and all that. Maybe it is easy. I don't know. I'm sure it is for some people. For me, I was terrified to begin doing this, and I'm so grateful that you guys gave me a safe space where I was able to do it. I'm so grateful that everyone was kind about everything that I've done. When the videos were worse quality, when I have no idea what I'm talking about, when I'm just stuttering and everything else, no one has ever not been kind to me, and I'm so very grateful for that. I'm so thankful that you guys were willing to trust me to do this for almost 40 books. And I had other plans for you this year, and I am sorry that those are not going to come to fruition. I am sorry that it's ending just out of the blue like this. It might feel out of the blue to you, and I am terribly sorry about that. I didn't want to skip a couple weeks and leave you hanging and then say it. I wanted to just come out as soon as I knew and be open and honest with you about the fact that this is ending. Our podcast will also be ending. I think that podcast will skip a week and it'll be out next week, or it might already be out just on a different day. Our podcast is also ending. So kind of a lot of things that we've done recently are going to be ending, and I am I'm very sad about that. It makes my heart hurt a little bit. The podcast and the book reviews were kind of my baby. That is where I, like I said, became comfortable speaking to people on the internet. It is where I became more comfortable in front of a camera. I learned a lot doing this. I learned about video editing. I learned about sound editing. I learned, how to speak about books, or nonfiction books anyway. So I do hate that it is ending. I hate that it's ending this way. But like I said, I'm so grateful to every single person who ever watched one video. I'm so grateful if you listened to me speak for even a minute. I'm so very thankful. And I could not have done it without the support of everyone who watches these. I just keep saying that I'm very grateful, and I am. I'm very thankful that I was given this platform and I was given the trust that I was given to be able to talk about one of my favorite things. And while I know that it does suck sometimes when things like this end, I think that it's probably time. And I hope that you guys will continue to look for books. I hope that you will continue on your quest for reading nonfiction. I hope that just because I'm not sitting here talking about it, or because no one at the museum is sitting there talking about it, you don't think that we don't still care about those things. We don't still care about literacy, or we don't care about bringing nonfiction to the forefront for all different readers, things like that. I have had a fantastic time doing this. I've learned so much about my own reading tastes, about what I'm interested in and what I'm interested in reading about. I've read books that I would have never picked up. I've had a great time doing this. And this last year, give or take, that we've been doing this, I have had such a great time, and I've grown so much as a person and as a person who can speak to you through a camera. So that's really all I have to say about it, guys. I will miss doing this, and I hope that you will continue to support the museum. If you supported it by listening to the book reviews or listening to the podcasts, I hope that there's something else that interests you. I don't think this YouTube channel is going to completely go away. I think that it'll still be added to. We just don't have a full, this is what we're going to do this week just yet. But I hope that you guys have a fantastic week, month, year, everything else. And I guess I won't see you next time. I always say I'll see you next time. I guess I won't see you next time, but again, guys, thank you so much for everything, and I guess that's it. Bye.